Howdy, howdy, howdy. Hi, how are you? Diane, how are you? How is everyone? Everyone okay? Doing well? All right. Um just looking around the screen here trying to see where I could start. Where should I start? Let's see. I thought I answered that question. Um oh, hi. We got a lot going. They can't tell the truth. They cannot tell the truth. Nothing, anything, nada. They can't tell the truth. They cannot handle the truth. Our media cannot tell the truth. Well, I guess we are media. Well, let me back up here. I am your host. That would be me. Yeah, I know. I'm not going with the, I'm actually I want to take the afternoon off. I'm Yesterday was exhausting. It was good. It was great, but it was exhausting. I'll tell you about it in a minute. So, I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on Voice of Rural America.com. Not the size of the network, but the truth of the network. We will have the Georgia Hour. We'll have the Georgia Hour at 10 o'clock. Some of you are frantically looking for, hey, it's the Georgia Hour, 10 o'clock. I can't find it. Well, I went to the Golden Corral. I didn't bag the Georgia Hour to go to the Golden Corral. Wouldn't, not that I don't enjoy that, but I went to the Golden Corral over in Gainesville. Now, I can't go every Tuesday. MAGA, MA-GA.org. I think we had 40 in the room yesterday. I've seen 70. I've seen 65. I think we had 40 in the room, maybe. We'll call it that. Great group of patriots over there. They meet every Tuesday at 11:30, and they have lunch at noon, and they're out of there about 1:15 unless I show up. But I can't go every Tuesday. They have a speaker every Tuesday, and great, relationship and sharing and social time with patriots, because it takes me so long to get there from doing the show, and I can't get there on time. But I went there yesterday, and I was there. I gave a hour and 48-minute speech, and I owe all of them an apology for holding the room for that. It's Richard's fault. Richard always sits on the front row and bring it. And I'm like, keep going. So no. All right, folks. 100 days in the books. They can tell the truth about nothing. Now, the Georgia Hour, and we'll get there in just a minute. We will talk about the continued, and I don't even like this word because I don't believe in failure. I don't like failure. But number 44, give me number 44. Hi, Diane. Did I say good morning? I don't know if I said good morning. Pay attention, Diane, please. It's going to be that kind of day. And don't yell at me. Don't yell at me. There's number 44. This is a team in the Georgia GOP Inc. We're going to talk about that. Josh McCoon, the chairman, and Sally Grubbs in 2026. And their continued, and I don't like the word failure, their continued failure in Cobb County. Yes. Yesterday, there was a special election in Cobb County. We're going to get into detail. And Republicans lost both special elections in Cobb County. Sadly, we're going to show you a precursor. This is a precursor of what happens if this team gets elected in 2026. Now, their political career will get another step up as we continue to lose elections. And yes, we do continue to lose elections. Donald Trump, we won, but they're dialing that back now in Georgia. Take that down. That's at 10 o'clock on the Georgia Hour. All right. Now, Diane, how come this can't happen to you and I? We're going to get serious, but I just ran across this morning, number 17. How come I am never at the right place at the right time? I'm just not. A bag of cash fell out of an armored truck in Chicago. Dozens of people left with an estimated $300,000.
I thought about that when when I was cropping the
Did you?
picture. I was like, "Wait a minute. Why can't that happen here?"
Exactly. I mean, where, hey, drop a bag of cash as let me know. Take that down. Take that down. All right. So they are, we're going to talk about yesterday, the ABC interview with Terry Moran. We're going to talk about that. We're going to clear up and break down the lies the media is telling. When I said media earlier, we can't trust our media. This is a media platform. Everything we do here, we make sure it's truthful. We make sure that we bring very clear information, and we're always open to reviewing things that you send in and making sure if we ever do a story here and you know that, and there's something to add to it, correct it, change it. Oh, you didn't have this piece. We work on that because the ultimate is to give you the truth of what's going on. Now, they can't tell the truth. And what I mean by that is, Amazon, that's all they're talking about this morning. Amazon, Amazon, Amazon. And number 84, this leftist funded from the left, Punchbowl News. Now we know who that is, okay? Amazon to display tariff cost for consumers. Not true. Was never going to happen, but they are losing it this morning on all the networks because they keep bringing up Amazon. Well, how about Big Gretch yesterday? What's going on with Big Gretch, right? And Trump rolling back the tariffs. So I love this. Give me number one. We'll talk about this in a minute. But this Terry Moran, I love that Trump's like, I gave you a shot. You realize I let you sit down in the Oval Office as Terry Moran. Who are you anyway? By the way, who are you? And people don't even know who you are. So I thought that was really great. I love that one. Now, give me number 4. The New York Times. Trump grants car makers some relief from his punishing tariffs. So, number 6, the tariff policies. Okay, we'll get to Amazon in a minute. Let's stay with tariffs for just a minute because I want to make a point. I hope I have a point here. Sticking points. Trump spars with ABC anchor over tariff policy, deportations, and Ukraine war in testy interview. Now, the tariffs, CNN, listen to the supply chain, video 4. Listen to the supply chain, video 4.
Global trade war sparked by President Trump's tariffs. They say that it could trigger a slump in shipments to the U.S. and empty shelves in stores. Supply chain logistics group's Vision reports a drastic drop in shipping container bookings from China to the U.S. in recent weeks, as we see here in this chart. And data from the Port of Los Angeles shows a declining volume of imports as well. Let's welcome into the conversation Craig Fuller. He is the founder and CEO of FreightWaves. That's an organization that provides data and analytics on the freight and logistics market. And he joins us this morning from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Great to have you this morning, sir. Let me just ask your response to that chart you see. We also have these warnings about pandemic-like shortages on store shelves. How concerned are you?
Yeah, I think it's a real issue. It's a real concern. I mean, it's going to bring people's memory back to COVID when we had all sorts of shortages. This could happen again. So really what's happening is companies have paused shipments into the United States. And in doing so, it means that a number of products will not be readily available and won't be in inventory when consumers go to purchase those things.
Pause shipments. Now they want to let you believe they want to tell you that these tariffs, all right, that they're going to pause shipments. The volume from China is down, right? The volume to China is down, from China is down. And what it's going to do to the supply chain. Let me remind America, because when they say COVID and COVID shortages, you have warehouses. Okay, now I wish somebody would do this research, and I wish somebody would find the warehouse where they're stored. You have warehouses in America with ventilators. Yes, remember that? Remember the panic? We're all dying tomorrow. It's COVID. COVID could get on a cardboard box at a grocery store. Plastic. So when we wanted to pump out masks to put on our kids and put on people, we had companies all over manufacturers, the U.S., not China, not imports, all over the United States, that were pumping up, what was surgical and hospital equipment, pumping up mask production, pumping up ventilators. Remember, we had, did we have car manufacturers switching over, and Ford or whatever building ventilators? We were putting hospitals together on ships. We were doing all this stuff in response to a Chinese created, it'd take a 6-hour show to tell you what's out there in the truth that we were never told about COVID. We had people installing plexiglass so you couldn't sneeze on somebody at Dollar General. We had people closing courthouses and government buildings all over. We were putting teams together so fast to install plexiglass, let these people at the DMV and everywhere work behind a phony sheet, right? We had a rapid response to this crisis that was created and put on America. You have warehouses full of ventilators still to this day, right? But if there is a crisis now to save the country, not from COVID, from a 50-year, we'll just call it 50-year, manufactured, takedown and destruction of this country, here we can't come together, manufacturers. Here we can't come together as the American people. Here we can't come together and make it through something and turn this country around. The ability to do that is here. The fear is not necessary that there won't be some Chinese crap on the shelf. Well, I just broke my toaster and they're going to run out of Chinese toasters. Okay, I get it. There could be a thing or two, one or two. Every time the president, every time Scott Bessent, anyone comes out and says, if we will stay the course, we can go through the time that you feel is about to happen, America, here's your chance. America that keeps saying, well, I would like to manufacture this. For everyone out there, our media doesn't talk about it. For everyone out there, that China has stolen your intellectual property and turned it around and manufactured the product that you invented, and they're shipping it over here and putting it on the shelves. And then if we say something, they say, well, take us to the World Trade Organization. Take us to the World Trade, complain there. Bill Clinton put us in the World Trade Organization. Go there. That's where you file a complaint. That's why China's upset, is because we're not filing our trade grievance complaints at the World Trade Organization. Trump said, World Trade, Jack, we will decide. All right. So here's the thing. I know our media will not promote an optimistic view. They will not. But if you wanted your chance, if you said the cards are stacked against you, and I don't mean Zelensky and Ukraine, if you've always said out there, I can build this, I can make this, I can do this, I have a team of investors ready, but my price point, my manufacturing point, right? This is your chance. Do you think the media for 1 minute would ever, our media, they're so corrupt, they should all be in friggin' Gitmo. I really do. Why do they hate the country? If they hate Donald Trump, they hate Donald Trump. Why do you hate the country so bad? Why don't you find the interview with the person that said, look, you know, I can manufacture this. So let me just say, for all the negativity in the first 100 days, any of you that out there that has a dream, has a drive, has the initiative, wants to take the risk, this is the time to do it. And Donald Trump's providing you that opportunity. Now, they will be, and the reason I said that about ventilators, we can manufacture things. We can manufacture things. We can do it. Can we ramp up something to make toasters? I don't know. Now, they want you to believe that if you go to the store right now, a toaster's $12.30. I don't know. I haven't bought a toaster in God knows how long, right? A $15 toaster. Well, if we make it in America, it'll be $45, and that'll be a hell of a lot of toast. Whatever, right? I don't know if I want to pay that much to, brown my bread on two sides, Well, okay. $45 toaster. I don't know. Well, it would take years to tool and manufacture. I don't know. We were able to tool up, manufacture, and change, boom, just like that, to put out these ventilators. That's just one example. Just one example, right? So, yes, the ports could slow down. They could. I get that. And the ports have been major. There's a lot of jobs and trucking come out of the ports. I get that. There could be multiple changes happen. But the negativity of always, all right? Now, give me number 12. We'll get to the Amazon lie in a minute. This one, I'm so tired of the tariff lies and the backing down in China. Trump administration eases tariffs for U.S. automakers. Okay? He didn't backtrack, but that's what they want you to believe, right? They want you to believe he backtracked. Let's see. I love that one. Gretchen Whitmer. What's going on in Michigan? We will cover that. We will cover that. What's going on in Michigan with Gretchen Whitmer? It is absolutely, it's pretty funny. So let me get to my, Diane, put a circle around this one, 42. Just write that down, have it ready. That's my Made in the USA. We want to put that one back up in a minute, right? So the negativity, I want to stay with because he went to Michigan yesterday and he held a rally in Michigan, and the auto manufacturers, he has dialed down the auto parts that come in. Oh, they still want the Maryland man back. They want him back in a way. That's Amazon. All right, give me number 78. Trump signs executive order to ease some auto tariffs. Ease the auto tariffs. The executive order. Let me just double check, see what else I have on the executive order to ease auto tariffs. I want 92. All right, now, all the tariffs. Let me explain this. All right. Trump is not flinching. He's not blinking. He's not rolling back. He's not backtracking. Oh, that's it. The backtracking. He's not having second thoughts. None of the above. None of the above. So let me put this into a simple box. I'm not in the White House. I don't know how they're working this, but it's obvious. So you put the tariffs on everything, and then everybody starts surfacing. You have to do things to bring things to the surface. All right. So if you go the opposite way and you start calling Walmart and Amazon and you start saying to all the manufacturers, Target, the big box, Home Depot, whatever, and you start calling them up and saying, hey, I'm thinking about putting these tariffs on. Do you see a problem with that in the future? Everyone's going to say yes. It's the path of least resistance. Yes, there's a problem. Yes, if you do that, we would have to go down the hall and tell our buyers, get that file out. We'll have to go down and say, hey, that file that has all those American-made manufacturers that have come in here and made presentations, and we like what they have, so we sent the prototype over to China and they're manufacturing over there for us. Get that file out. They don't say that. So if Trump was to call all the auto manufacturers and say, look, I'm thinking about doing this. Oh, absolutely not. That wouldn't work, Mr. President. We'll send you a report. We'll send you a report from all of our departments that would show you how that could be devastating to our economy and everything like that, right? That's what he would get if he went that direction. But he doesn't. He doesn't pick up the phone and say, oh, okay, now I understand. Boom! The markets react to the uncertainty. Oh, Trump is spastic, chaotic. Guess what? All the manufacturers came running in. All the big retailers came running in. They come in and said, Well, I guess you were serious. I guess when you said that, you were serious. I guess when you were on the campaign trail, you were serious about that, right? I told you I was serious. Okay. Now that you're here, start giving us solutions. And give us a true timeline. So before, let's go back to the before. Hey, Mr. Box Store owner, how long would it take you to shift production or shift your purchasing power from China, Vietnam, Cambodia, wherever, to an American-made manufacturer that already exists that you could utilize? Well, our reports say that's 4 to 6 years it would take to turn. Okay, thank you. Oh, we can't do it. We can't do it. No, that's the report he would get. Instead, he's getting the ventilator report, right? Exactly. So they all come in and say, all right. He sits down and he says, hey, all right, now let's negotiate. If I dial back a little here, will you make a commitment over here? You got 6 months. Will that work? Yes, Mr. President, that'll work. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to dial back every day a couple percent here and here. And while I'm dialing back, you change it and you manufacture, you purchase, you deal, you work with over here. And you people are large enough, you don't put all the pain on the American people. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. So the left, they see Walmart come out and they see Target and they see Home Depot and they see all the big box stores. And they come out and say, Trump is dialing back because of the fear. They came in and got serious with Trump. The shelves will be empty, Mr. President. That's not what happened. Not what happened at all. Now, could supply chains leave a couple empty shelves? Absolutely, it could. But Trump has given them strict orders. My dad used to give strict orders. My mom used to give strict orders, so I'm throwing it out. Trump's give them strict orders that as the pendulum goes here, you better work it this way, and it better not take too long. You got it? Yes, sir, Mr. President. Because he's serious. Because he didn't wait for all those reports, but he brought them in. Once he's serious. This guy's serious. He's not playing around. So he comes in, boom. That's what'll happen. Now, auto parts, all right? And I don't mean Mopar for all you old people out there. Well, that would be me. I remember Mopar, right? Auto parts, Canada, Stellantis, all right? We could bankrupt Canada, and we'll talk about that at a different time. So everybody, what happened? Called all the well, we used to call it the big three. Remember that? When America was the big auto manufacturer of the world, we called it the big three in the world. But he let all the auto manufacturers know, hey, you know what? Tariffs going in place. Well, we got a little trick. We assemble here. We bring the transmission in from Japan. We import all these parts. We import they're not manufactured. You know how you can get that fender from Mexico? You could get that, that fuel pump from Mexico. Well, we bring in parts. So we're bringing in the parts. The auto manufacturers in America have turned into a regular IKEA. Yes. They bring in all the parts and we manufacture it, right? We buy the box, we take it, we put it in a building and put it together, and then we call it American made. Damn, that was a pretty good trick, right? Now, that being said, what do? They bring in all these parts. And they're like, well, if you do this, because we ship the car to Canada, because it's only 5 miles, they put in the windshields and the rims, and they ship it back, and we do this, and we ship it back and forth across the border. We got parts coming from all over the world through Mexico. You got to, okay. You can't just do that. So they all come running in. They all come. It was all set up to go to Michigan. Where else, Michigan? Where else, Big Gretch? 100 days. So, right? So they all came running in. They came running in. And they said, all right, we get it. You're serious. Because I already told you. If he'd have called the auto manufacturers and said, can you send me a report on how long it would take? Oh, that's 6-7 years, sir. By the time we retool, but you retooled like in 3 days to build those are ventilators. It's not like building a car, right? Where are you going to get your engine? You remember the good old days when an engine was an engine. We'll go back there in a minute. I feel so damn sorry for these kids. They get an electric car. I mean, I have to tell you, I know I'm getting sidetracked, but as a teenager, I got a couple years on me. What was it like to pop the hood and listen to the engine run? Every red-blooded American male stood around and popped the hood. You called your buddies up. Hey, come over. You didn't get them on cell phone. You didn't text. Come over. Why? We're going to pop the hood on the car. I just put new mufflers on, set of plugs. We're going to let it purr as we're standing outside smoking a Marlboro. Sorry, don't try that at home, kids. Don't try that at home. Right? What do kids do today? So back to the tariffs, right? The tariffs. If Trump would have went on this side, nothing happens. Nothing. But guess what? They all came running in. Okay. So the 25% on the parts and the 25% here, how long would it take for you to start putting manufacturer small business? Now, let me tell you something. You want to talk about manufacturing in America? There was a time parts for cars, windshield wiper motors, right? Seriously. Blinker, the switches that they used to use, it's all computerized now, but the switches for cruise control, windshield wiper motors, it's all computerized now. All these parts for cars, brake lines, the brake harnesses, whatever. That was a major backbone of the American economy at one time, was parts. And you could go into Detroit and you could sell them on the parts that you're making and you're manufacturing. That used to be big stuff, and that could come back. So anyhow, they start with the parts. How long would it take? Sir, if you'll back off just a little bit, we could switch in this amount of time. What's all the media saying? Oh, Trump, he has backed off. He has capitulated. He is dialing back. It just won't work. Video 18, Diane.
Enemies, but he also defended his tariffs several times throughout the speech.
I've just signed an executive order to give partial tariff rebates to any company that assembles its cars right here in the U.S. In other words, If they can't make it in time because they have to do it here, otherwise they haven't, I'm giving them a little bit of a break, right? They took in parts from all over the world. I don't want that. I want them to make their parts here. Somebody would say, oh, well, that's a change in parts. It's not. It's called a little flexibility. The guys were crying. They love it. Everything's good. But just in case we can't get everything in time, we gave them a little bit. So it's 15% of the parts, and then it's 10% of the parts. We give them a little time before we slaughter them if they don't do this. We've been abused by friend and foe. And in many cases, friend has abused us more so than foe on trade. So I want to just let you know you're going to be very proud of this country very soon. And with my China tariffs, we're ending the greatest job theft in the history.
Give me, what was that number I told you to circle and put up? Folks, that's exactly what happened. They all come running in. Mr. President, we see you're serious. We see we got it. We got it. We're not the ones that shifted all the jobs to Canada. That was Bill Clinton and NAFTA. We build all these cars in Canada. We get all these parts from Mexico. We build all these cars in Mexico. We only assemble here. We get it. You got to give us just a little bit of time. Well, wait a minute. You didn't think I was serious a couple months ago when we talked. We get that, but we know you're serious. Okay, how much time we looking at? Give me 6 months. All right, here's the deal. I'm going to dial back. I'm going to sign an executive order. I'm going to dial back on the parts. But if I don't see something happen, are we clear? Yes, sir, Mr. President, we are clear. I'm telling you right now, I don't know. I can't stand this poll right here. I don't even know if I saved it, Diane. It's I don't know that I have it. I think I looked at it and said, you know what? I'm not even putting it up. Let me see if this is it. It's opt. Yeah, I had it and I said, you know what? I'm not going to do it because it's just negative. People are not optimistic about the future. If you want to invest in America, if you have a dream in America, I have to tell you, Donald J. Trump has laid the groundwork in this country for you to do, dream as large as you want, be what you want, manufacture. He is giving you the opportunity, America. This is Make America Great Again. Well, I hate that hat. I can't stand that hat. I can't take you MAGA people. This is it. This is it. I mean, I could go on and on. I am so pumped, optimistic about what Donald J. Trump is doing. I get it on the tariffs. I'm a realist. You know, if my toaster breaks down, I could have a problem. But I'd be damned if China was to release and ship a damn virus over here and float it over here. And just like that, we could switch all of this country's economy overnight to plexiglass, ventilators, and masks, and several other products. And we could survive, you know, no crap paper on the shelf. We made it. You might have went in the woods. We made it. You might have went outside and found some leaves. Just saying. But we made it. You still got your Charmin. We made it. Oh, it could be empty shelves. Oh, my God. I got to take a break. Oh, by the way, before we go, Diane, thank you. The judge, what was her name? Duggan or whatever, number 76, Diane. the judge that was arrested for hiding, the Milwaukee judge, Duggan, I forget what her name was. But anyhow, she was arrested for hiding the illegal that they were there to deport in her chambers. She's been relieved of her duties. She has been relieved of her duties. Number 8, I really like this New York Post front page today. Number 8, right? Do not panic. Please do not panic. And how about this when we return? I don't want to talk about it, but there's a possibility of war out there. Man. Okay, so number 85, Big Gretch. Big Gretch yesterday. Donald Trump called her up. Hey, Big Gretch, come here and say something in Michigan. Trump praises Governor Gretchen Whitmer for helping to secure the jobs for the air base. They're going to build 15, is it A-15s or whatever? Oh, today is 50 years that Saigon collapsed. 50 years ago, today Saigon collapsed. We'll talk about that a little later. Take a break, Diane.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report. Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. And you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Good morning, everyone out there. I really enjoyed yesterday, probably a little too much. I mean, I have to tell you, going to the Golden Corral with the MAGA Patriots, it's like going to, well, I better not say that. Well, it's like a day at the amusement park, but it's different. I mean, that's how much I enjoy it. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So give me number 92, Diane. Good morning. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. I just want to make a brief note here, okay, before we go much further. I'm very optimistic about this country and the future of this country as Donald Trump, president of the United States. But, well, I sit here today knowing what could be, and Donald Trump has ended Hillary Clinton's chance of ever being president of the United States, period. That's one. 2, yesterday was not Kamala Harris 100 days. That's 2. So there's a lot to be thankful for. But also in 100 days, I do have a disappointment. I can't give the administration. Now, there's going to be a cabinet meeting at 10:30 today. So Donald Trump is a president. He also has an administration, and he made the decisions. So 100 days, when people give him a 100%, I got him at 88.5. All right, stop. I feel the rotten tomatoes being thrown at me. Whatever. I have the administration at 88.5. And I'll tell you why. I think last night in Michigan, we should have been celebrating Pam Bondi bringing up charges, investigating, arresting someone. Now, I'm happy they're arresting gang members. I really am. I'm happy that the border. I really am. I'm happy that they're cleaning out sanctuary cities, even to the point that Brian Kemp has to pretend like he's on his side. I really am. But there's about 12% there where somebody could go to jail. I have to tell you, until someone goes to jail, just saying. And I'm not talking about Gold Bars Menendez. I'm talking about someone friggin' goes to jail. All right. So give me, what number is that? Give me 91. You see, I'm okay. That's not what I want. 90. Not the Amazon. Not yet. All right. Trump touts handling of immigration, polls say otherwise. All right. Now they're trying to tell you, this is 89, CNN, that the polling on immigration has gone in reverse for Trump. So look, folks, they can alter polling any way they want. So we won't go into the 100-day polling, but I want someone arrested. Now, Amazon, yesterday, number 91, or go to 84. So this is a leftist group. They hate this country. They hate the country, all right? So Punchbowl News, look it up, do the research when you get a minute. They're a leftist group of lefties in left field. They're playing left field without a glove, okay? I don't have a glove, coach. Well, get out there in right field. No one's going to hit it to you anyway. So Amazon to display tariffs cost. So this rolls out. Okay. Rolls out. Then it leads reporters. They connect. Number 91, Scott Bessent's there. And the White House Amazon spat. All right. So some lefty over at Amazon, right? It's all a setup. White House Amazon spat, and and this young lady, what's her name, Caroline Leavitt, the press secretary, I got to give her credit. She's not afraid of these people in the room. She knows what's going on, and she fires back. Now, they can't tell the truth. Let's see. The Maryland man, Photoshop, trade war. We'll get into that. Putin wants peace. Let's see. Michigan. So, Amazon. Now, Amazon has a company, and it's they have a company called Amazon Hall. All right. And number 11. No, I went 13. Sorry, 13 and then 11. So this happens, and Amazon denies tariff pricing plan after White House call it hostile and political. So everything was laid out yesterday to scare you and to scare my mom. I mean, my mom, I guarantee you, mom owns stock in Amazon. You know the problem we have? Oh my God, I'm going to get in trouble. I hope she's not watching. My mom's got 9 shipping addresses in there. Yes, 9. It's a joke, but it's true, right? So when my mom wants a new set of, salt and pepper shakers, and she says, I like those, everybody gets a set. Why's Amazon here? I don't know. Mom, did you order salt and pepper shakers? Yeah. Oh, you got a set too? Well, go ahead and keep them. What the hell? I had to tell that story. I had to tell that story. Anyhow, so what they want to do, they want to scare everyone. Oh my God, Amazon. It's not true. So what happened was Amazon has a company, number 11, within, they have a division called Amazon Hall. All right. Now, What Americans, a lot of people are doing, there's a company, Temu, right? Now, how many of you out there are purchasing from Temu? So Amazon's up against this Shin? Is it Shin and Temu? Now, a lot of people are buying crap from Temu. $3 and $4. It breaks in 3 or 4 days. It's called the 3 and 4 store. $3 or $4, 3 or 4 days, it's broke. But a lot of people are buying from this Temu online. Okay? So Amazon comes up with this, okay, we have crap too business division. That's exactly what it is. Temu is out there, right? So Amazon says, okay, we have to have a division. We don't want it to be Amazon because we try to sell quality products, but we have to have a we have crap too division. That's right. So it's called Amazon Haul. Amazon's discount store, Amazon Haul, launched in November as an e-commerce giant's answer to bringing shoppers cheap goods from China and competitors like against Temu. All right? So Amazon Haul has some leftists sitting over there in office chairs, and they say, what if we do a line item and call it tariffs? You know, we could probably bring in billions of dollars because people will pay it, and that way we can compete. Why don't we do that? And some other leftist is sitting there saying, yeah, that's a thought. Could you leak that to some media outlet to attack Scott Bessent? The whole circle went. The whole entire circle went. And now this morning, CNN, ABC, every single network is talking about what? That Trump called Bezos. And Trump called Bezos, and now they've rolled it back. They've rolled it back. They never rolled out jack squat. Trump didn't call Bezos and beg him not to give me 95. Trump versus Amazon's brilliant tariff idea. Where'd this come from? It was all a setup. Punchbowl News. Two lefties sitting over at Amazon Haul. They put it out right in time for somebody in the press room to Scott Bessent and Caroline Leavitt. Hey, what about this Amazon tariff price line that they're going to put on? Not Amazon, Amazon Haul. What about that? And then the circle goes. Trump calls Bezos. Is this? No, first I've heard of it. Jeff Bezos, first I've heard of it. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. Let me check. So, who writes Trump versus Amazon's brilliant tariff idea? The Wall Street Journal. Who is the Wall Street Journal? I had it here a minute ago. Maybe I don't have it. Maybe I do. Let's see, where's it at? Wall Street Journal. Let's see where I have it here. I thought I did, and if I don't, we'll move on. That's the New York Times. That's the Wall Street Journal. Yeah, give me 72. I knew I had it here. 72, right? Wall Street Journal. Trump versus Amazon's brilliant tariff idea. Who? Wait a minute. I was wondering, who the hell is that Wall Street Journal, number 20? Murdoch paper gives Trump dire warning. So the Wall Street Journal, Fox News / Murdoch They're helping run the Amazon story. Now, wait a minute. Are they connected? Is Fox News participating in trying to bring Trump down? I mean, I'm just wondering here. Let's see. Where's that other one, Diane? Give me number. I think I had it here earlier. Let's see if I have it. Give me number 48. Because we're going to stay with this just for a second. I want to show you the evil turn of all these people, and everyone's in cahoots. Look at that. Oh, that'd be Karl Rove talking about the Trump policies. And here, this is one of my favorite, video 16. Video 16. Let's roll that.
He's about even on immigration in total, but everything else, he's sort of underwater. And particularly on the economy, tariffs, and inflation, he's well underwater. You've still got some work to do in that front. A lot of people think that he's spending too much time on tariffs and not enough time on the economy and lowering prices. What do you say?
Well, I don't want to make things awkward for you, John, but it is our opinion that Fox News needs to fire its pollster. And I won't surprise you with that. I don't think you're surprised that I'm saying that. But the Fox News pollster has always been wrong about President Trump. They were the ones that said all summer long that Kamala Harris was going to be the 47th president of the United States. So we don't acknowledge any of that polling.
Stephen Miller, we think you should fire your pollster. Okay, so here's the point. Now, Diane, I need the Washington Post back. Let's see, where is that? Give me number 72. 72. We know it's Fox News. So, and then I'm going to need, hold on, where the hell is it at? I'm going to need 77. I'll let you know when I want that. So, Punchbowl News, right? So, two leftists are over at Amazon Hall. We Have Crap 2 store to compete that was launched in November. Temu, all right? You remember Temu? $2 to $3 in 2 to 3 days. It's broke. Amazon says we don't want to hurt our quality and our products, so we got to put a We Have Crap 2 Amazon Hall, all right? Then you have two lefties over there. What if we threw a tariff line on the receipt when you buy and charge $1.298 for, the crap we're sending? All right. What if we do that? And the other one says, yeah, what if we get it out to Punchbowl News and they run it? And then what if Punchbowl News gets it out to the press room for Scott Bessent and Caroline Leavitt? And what if we get it on time for there? Then they attack it, and then Trump calls Bezos, and then the Wall Street Journal could say, we had a brilliant tariff ideal, Amazon, with Fox News. Well, let's call everybody and get everybody in cahoots. Now, they had to release this statement here, number 77. They had to release this statement. The team that runs our ultra-low-cost Amazon Hall store considered the ideal of listing import charges on certain products. This was never approved and is not going to happen. That's the statement. Amazon put that statement out. The team that runs our ultra-low-cost Amazon Hall, We Have Crap 2, to compete with Temu store, considered the ideal. Hey, how about this? It ran an entire circle. But the only thing our deep state corporate corrupt media could put out is that Trump called Bezos, and Amazon, they want you to believe, dialed it back. It was never going to happen. Never going to happen. Some low-level people with computer monitors sitting there said, what do you think about this? You can't make this up. The level of corruption from these people and how they hate the country. They hate this country, right? All right, when we return, we'll go through Big Gretch comments about, when we return, we're going to go right into what happened last night at the rally, what happened during the interview with ABC, what happened with Big Gretch, and then we're going to go to the last 30 minutes. Hopefully there won't be a war. They don't talk about that. Then it'll be time, 10 o'clock, for the Georgia Hour. We got a lot in front of us. Take a break, Diane.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're saying those 2 words you want to hear. You're approved. It doesn't matter what credit problems you drove in with. The only thing that matters is you're driving out in a new Chevy. Bankruptcy, foreclosure, job loss, even repossession won't stop you this time. So come hear it for yourself. You're approved at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, We can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Trying to get a little breakfast sausage in between commercials. I have to multitask. Hi, how are you today? 10 o'clock will be the Georgia hour. The Georgia hour is at 10 o'clock. And, hi, Diane. Not the size of the network, but the truth of the network. BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Now, give me number 71, Big Gretch. Big Gretch. Now, in Michigan, all right, check this out. Let me know. Do they not have an open Senate seat? Is Peters not? No, is it? Was he the last one? Do they have an open Senate seat where? Hold on, just a minute. I had something in the Michigan. Yes, right. Gary Peters. I thought I was correct on that. I thought I had that. Michigan Democratic Senator Gary Peters will not run for re-election, opening a key Senate seat in 2026. I thought I had that right. Huh. So what's Trump? Does Trump think we could pull off a Senate seat in 2026 in Michigan? So there's a lot of rumor that Big Gretch might run for the Senate. I mean, Michigan has the same dilemma. Make the lemonade. Michigan has basically the same dilemma in a way that Georgia has. There's some talk that Big Gretch might want to step in and run for the Senate. A little bit of talk. She's currently the governor of Michigan. Or she wants to be the Democrat candidate for president in 2028. So keep an eye on this because Peters is retiring. It's not a coincidence that Big Gretch was in the White House. Remember a couple weeks ago. Give me number 3. Trump totally humiliates disgraced Democrat Gretchen Whitmer by dragging her on stage in Michigan. What is that damn Trump up to? That damn Trump. I'm going to change his name. Number 7. Trump embarrasses Gretch once again. Right? There you go. Trump embarrasses Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer again by calling her on stage. Wow. Now give me this one here. We got a couple Big Gretch moments. Give me 88. Yesterday, Trump was there in Michigan for the rally last night, 100 days, and also Trump touts new fighter jet mission at Shelfridge, shares credit with effective Whitmer. So, is it F-14s? There's the Air Force, the Air Force base there is ordering about 15 new planes, and Whitmer's, right? Give me number 87. After an awkward photo with Whitmer, she meets him, and then remember this one, didn't want her picture taken when she hit her face at the Oval Office, 86, right? And there she is. Remember that moment? The governor. And 85, there she is standing next to Trump at the podium. It might be a setup. You never know. So let's go with the, where is Big Gretch? Hold on, that's that one. Oh, give me video 1. No, I don't want video 1. I'm sorry. That's there, video 3. Give me video 3, Diane.
Now, before that Michigan rally last night, President Trump also stopped at Selfridge Air National Guard Base to announce a new mission and jobs. Michigan's Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer also attended that event, along with other state leaders. But it comes just weeks after Whitmer and Trump met at the White House as the governor attempted to secure this new mission for the Air Base in her state. That meeting and the photo of Whitmer in the Oval Office, we all remember, we see it there, led to some within the Democratic Party to criticize the governor's actions. Ahead of the Air Base event, a spokesperson for the governor said Whitmer planned to be there to, quote, support her troops and the longstanding effort she made to secure support for Selfridge. At the event, Trump offered rare praise of Whitmer, crediting her for the new jobs that would be coming to the Air Base, and then he called for her to speak at the podium.
Well, I hadn't planned to speak, but I'm on behalf of all the military men and women who serve our country and serve so honorably on behalf of the state of Michigan. I am really damn happy we're here to celebrate this recapitalization at Selfridge. It's crucial for the Michigan economy. It's crucial for the men and women here, for our homeland security and our future. So thank you. I am so grateful that this announcement was made today, and I appreciate all the work. Thank you.
Some very specific thanks being given there. Sources close to Whitmer have told me this has been a priority of hers for a while, and that this coming to fruition shows that even as she's been getting some criticism from the left, it might be worth working with the administration if these are the kinds of things that she can get for her home state. We'll see.
So on one hand, will it help her campaign saying, I'm not opposed, I do the right thing when called on? I don't know. Watch this one. This one, there's no coincidence she was in the Oval Office. No coincidence she was there yesterday. Now, when she said, thank you, she caught herself because the soundbite, thank you, President Trump, she was up there like, okay, don't give out the soundbite. She was struggling. So here is Trump yesterday. Here is MSNBC, their opening on Trump, their attack on him at Michigan. Video 1.
We're making America great again, and it's happening fast, too. What the world has witnessed in the past 14 weeks is a revolution of common sense. That's all it is, really. In 100 days, we have delivered the most profound change in Washington in nearly 100 years. We will end inflation, slash prices. We've already ended inflation, raise wages, and give you the greatest economy in the history of the world. That's already happening.
A small sample there of President Trump's campaign-style rally last night in Michigan, where he marked 100 days in office. The question is, what are the next 100 days going to bring? Plus, Amazon will not display the tariff costs for consumers after complaints from the president and the White House. The question is, will other retailers show consumers the taxes that they are now likely to be paying? Also ahead, we'll bring you the latest from Capitol Hill as Republicans in both chambers begin work on some of the president's top priorities. The question is, how will Democrats respond?
Amazon has pulled back. No, they did not. They did not. These people are corrupt as can be. Corrupt. Now, here's my favorite part. Not that Trump says it. That is actually not my favorite part, is when it kills them because they know it's true. Give me video 2.
For about 90 minutes, going through all his usual lists of grievances and perceived enemies. He attacked former President Biden several times and falsely claimed that the 2020 election was stolen from him. Really playing the hits. The president also bragged about his administration's work so far, despite several major polls showing historically low approval ratings.
We're here tonight in the heartland of our nation to celebrate the most successful first 100 days of any administration in the history of our country, and that's according to many, many people. This is the best, they say, 100-day start of any president in history, and everyone is saying it. We've just gotten started. You haven't even seen anything yet. It's all just kicking in. These people are criminals. If they had their way, we would be living in a third world hellhole. That's what they want. Removing the invaders is not just a campaign pledge. It's my solemn duty as Commander-in-Chief. I have an obligation to do it. Save our country. We cannot allow a handful of communist, radical left judges to obstruct the enforcement of our laws and assume the duties that belong solely to the President of the United States. Judges are trying to take away the power given to the president to keep our country safe, and it's not a good thing. But I hope for the sake of our country that the Supreme Court is going to save this, because we have to do something. These people are just looking to destroy our country. Nothing will stop me in the mission to keep America safe again. It's very simple. Keep America safe again. We've been abused by friend and foe, and in many cases, friend has abused us more so than foe on trade. So I want to just let you know you're going to be very proud of this country very soon. And with my China tariffs, we're ending the greatest job theft in the history of the world. China's taken more jobs from us than any country has ever taken from another country. And that doesn't mean we're not going to get along. We'll get along with China. I mean, the tariff now is at 145%. So essentially, that's a big difference between that and zero. But I think it's going to work out.
Now, before that Michigan rally last night, President Trump also stopped at Selfridge Air National Guard Base to announce a new mission and jobs. Michigan's Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer also attended that event.
Trump continues his false claims of the 2020 election. I love when they say that. It makes them so angry. Now, Trump held an interview with ABC, Terry Moran. I want to play a couple clips that I've pulled from this. Let's go. This is from the video. Let's go with video 8 from Terry Moran interview in the Oval Office.
The answer to the concern about the tariffs is everything's going to be hunky-dory.
Everything's going to be just fine. It wouldn't have been if I didn't do this. I had a choice. I could leave it, have a nice, easy time, but I think ultimately you would have had an implosion. Our country had inflation that was worse than they've ever had it before. You don't mention that. Why don't you mention that? We had the worst inflation probably in the history of our country. People say 48 years. Probably in the history of our country, we had the worst inflation. And people were dying over the inflation. You know that. Now the grocery prices are coming down. The energy prices are coming down. Gasoline's coming down. It's all heading in the right direction.
So Trump asked, why don't you report anything in a positive way? Anything. Any movement whatsoever. This is ABC again, video 9. We'll continue with the trade war, video 9.
But I want to start with the economy, the number one issue for so many people, for just about everybody. It's one of the main reasons that you're back in this office. And now we have this trade war with China that Moody's and other analysts say is going to cost American families thousands of more dollars per year. And there is a lot of concern out there. People are worried, even some people who voted for you saying, I didn't sign up for this. So how do you answer those concerns?
Well, they did sign up for it, actually, and this is what I campaigned on. I said that we've been abused by other countries at levels that nobody's ever seen before. We were losing $3 to $5 billion a day on trade. We were losing $1.5 trillion to $2 trillion a year. Not sustainable. They were taking advantage of us like they've never. I could have left it that way, and at some point there would have been an implosion like nobody's ever seen. But I said, no, we have to fix it. I've wanted to do this for many years. You know, I had the best economy during my first term. We had a tremendous economy, tremendous success, and we did tremendous numbers of tariffs we took in a lot of money from tariffs, China in particular, hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs. We had no inflation, as you know. We had an incredible economy. We're given credit for a great economy. But I said, we have to fix this. Otherwise, it's just not self-sustaining.
We have to fix it. Now, let's continue with this. Trump, Putin wants peace. Putin wants peace. Video 10.
He wants peace. You think Vladimir Putin wants peace?
I think he does, yes. I think he does. I think because
even with the raining missiles
I think he really, his dream was to take over the whole country. I think because of me, he's not going to do that.
Do you trust him? Do you trust him?
I don't trust you. I don't trust a lot of people. I don't trust you. Look at you. You come in all shooting for bear. You're so happy to do the interview.
I am
and
happy.
Then you start hitting me with fake questions. You start telling me that a guy whose hand is covered with a tattoo doesn't have the tattoo. You know.
All right.
I mean, you're being dishonest.
No, I'm not.
Let me
No,
just
I am
tell
not,
you,
sir.
I don't trust a lot of people, but I do think this. I think that let's say he respects me. And I believe because of me, he's not going to take over the whole. But his decision, his choice would be to take over all of Ukraine. Okay. It's a war.
Give me number 18. And number 18. All right. In Russia right now, U.S. presidential envoy says impressed by Moscow Kremlin. Our team right now is working to normalize relationship around the world. Okay, normalize the relationship around the world with Russia and everything surrounding Russia. We're trying to stop a war in Iran. That's in our next segment. So give me also number 19, the fear, the scare factor, the fear. Trump attacks Republicans as he marks. Grandstander Republicans as he marks 100 days. Gretchen Whitmer hid in the camera there. The tariffs. Here's something they didn't tell you. I told you this earlier. It would have been the perfect time to put this in a segment earlier, Diane, but I'm going to go ahead and put it out there since I have it up. Give me number 10. They don't want to talk about Walmart came in and said, you know, we're going to figure out, Walmart won't break out tariff costs and pledges low prices. Walmart came in and said, we're going to figure this out, all right? And we're going to go down the hall. What did I tell you earlier? Walmart rival Amazon was poised to add a tariff fee to sales in the U.S., triggered outrage at the White House, is what they're saying. Walmart is working hard to keep prices low on as many products as possible, and they're going to look for products in the U.S., made, grown, assembled in this country here. You remember I told you they're going to go down the hall. Walmart's going to go down the hall and get that folder out of all of those manufacturers and people that came in there that tried to sell them a good deal. They're going to go down the hall and go after that now. So they don't want to tell you that. They just want to keep scaring people. Now, Morning Joe. I know you don't like this, Diane. There's a part where I'll probably stop it and tell you to come back. But the Maryland man, they can't get over the Maryland man. Video 5. We'll go with that one right there. Video 5.
His administration's decision to send a Maryland man to a prison in El Salvador. In an interview with ABC News yesterday, the president was asked about the wrongful removal of Kilmar Abrego Garcia from the United States. The president denied any mistake was made and dodged questions about following the Supreme Court's order to facilitate his return.
Well, the lawyer that said it was a mistake was here a long time, was not appointed by us, should not have said that, And just so you understand, the person that you're talking about, you're making this person sound, this is a MS-13 gang member, a tough cookie, been in lots of skirmishes, beat the hell out of his wife, and the wife was petrified to even talk about him, okay? This is not an innocent, wonderful gentleman from Maryland.
I'm not saying he's a good guy. It's about the rule of law. The order from the Supreme Court stands,
he came into our country illegally.
You could get him back. There's a phone on this desk.
I could.
You could pick it up, and with all the power of the presidency, you could call up the president of El Salvador and say, send him back right now.
And if he were the gentleman that you say he is, I would do that.
But the court has ordered you to facilitate that.
I'm not the one making this decision. We have lawyers that don't want to do this.
But the buck stops in this office.
No. I follow the law. You want me to follow the law? If I were the president that just wanted to do anything, I'd probably keep him right where he is.
The law.
So now, remember, it's the rule of law. There's a phone right over there. You can call right now and make something happen. It's about the rule of law. You realize, you remember in the State of the Union address when Donald Trump looked at everybody in America and out there as Democrats sat on their hand and would not stand up for a young man with brain cancer, Laken Riley's family, and so on, would not. Donald Trump said, did we need new immigration laws or just a new president? It's about the rule of law. We have closed the border. Joe Biden could have used the rule of law and closed the border. Joe Biden could have picked up the phone and made one phone call and closed the border. They are determined to bring this gang member back into the United States. They never sit down and did an Oval Office interview with Joe. They couldn't, because Joe's mental decline so far down, right? We have that. We're not going to get time to play that. Let's go to video 6.
The law is saying something different. The president also got into a heated exchange about whether Abrego Garcia is a gang member, claiming Abrego Garcia has the tattoos to prove it.
Even the man that you picked out, he said he wasn't a member of a gang. And then they looked, and on his knuckles, he had MS-13.
There's a dispute.
Wait a minute. He had MS-13 on his knuckles tattooed.
He had some tattoos that are interpreted that way. But let's move on.
Wait a minute. Hey, Terry. Terry.
He did not have the letter MS13.
It says MS13.
That was Photoshop. So let me
That was Photoshop. Terry, you can't do that. Hey, they're giving you the big break of a lifetime. You know, you're doing the interview. I picked you because, frankly, I never heard of you, but that's okay. But I picked you, Terry. Hey, but you're not being very nice.
Last week, President Trump posted this photo on Truth Social, claiming this is the knuckle of Abrego Garcia. But the words MS-13 are photoshopped onto the image.
The image shows symbols, and the translation, it's like, you know, Minka, if you had your Ovaltine, you know, converter there where you could figure out what everything meant, drink your Ovaltine. I tell you, give me video 7.
13 are photoshopped onto the image. The actual tattoos are of various symbols. Where do we begin with this? I mean, on
They're various symbols. 3 dots, various symbols. Tears, various symbols. I've told you this over and over, and you know it all too well, that law enforcement, district attorneys, law enforcement, ICE agents are trained in all the tattoo symbolism, what it means, identities, what shirts. These gangs have colors, they have shirts, they have logos, they have hats, they wear a hat a certain way. They have knuckle tattoos. You can go look up the knuckle tattoos. You could translate what they mean. You have a phone. I could do that, but I'm not going to. I could pick up that phone and do that, but I'm not going to. Give me number 39. I wish I had another 2 hours, but we got to get to the Georgia hour. And I've got to draw attention to something else before we go. Don't forget, folks, the world will not be destroyed by those who do evil, but rather by those who watch them without doing anything to stop them. Take a break. We'll be right back.
Chevy buyers, Truck Month has been extended at Days Chevrolet in Jasper with up to $9,000 off new 2025 Silverado 2500 Crew Cab 4-wheel drives. From light duty to heavy duty, you're going to save a payload during Truck Month up to $9,000. Come get them before they're gone at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, When you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP. You're watching, Voice of Rural America. I'm almost confused. It's close to 10 o'clock. I got to switch at 10 o'clock and say you're watching the Georgia Hour, but that'll be at 10 o'clock. And we will open up, sadly, with the continued failures of the Georgia GOP and show you case and point and proof of if Josh and Sally get their hands on the Georgia GOP after June, what to look forward to. Woo, wow. Oh, so by the way, I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Now, you remember this number 38. Hi, Diane. How are you? Good. Glad to hear it. Now, we played a lot of this interview. So we've got Benjamin Netanyahu, Israel. They come over here, right? They have a meeting. We got the picture. I don't have it right now. We've got the picture. Benjamin Netanyahu in a meeting with Pete Hegseth. Pete Hegseth is basically saying, anything you want us to do, we know Israel and the warmongers, they want war immediately with Iran. We have a team of negotiators. We told Israel, you hold back. Now, Pete Hegseth, I support him, but he was ready to go with Israel at any moment because Israel has the, what are they called? I got to get this. Mossad is the Mossad. That's Israel has
Mossad.
Mossad. Right. So let's go here briefly. Give me number 16, right? Now the Mossad, however you pronounce it. The Mossad is the Institution of Intelligence and Special Operations, Israel's foreign intelligence agency, responsible for intelligence gathering, covert operations, and counterterrorism, founded in 1949. Now, they want war. Benjamin Netanyahu, they want war. They want war with Iran. The warmongers, they want war. So we have Signal Gate 1, Signal Gate 2. We have Mike Waltz, National Security Advisor, NSA to President. Then we have Jake Sullivan. I told you, watch everything going on. Jake Sullivan comes on this week. His concern is the Houthi rebels and Signal Gate. Everything's fallen into place. And the Mossad and Israel and Benjamin Netanyahu, they're angry. They're angry that the war has not started. I'm serious, okay? All right, they're angry. Now, Pete Hegseth fired 4 people, all right, but 3 of them, remember this guy right here, remember Dan, let's go with, yes. So you remember Dan Caldwell was one of the strongest voices at the Pentagon opposing war with Iran, and then was falsely accused of leaking classified documents and was fired. Now, he went straight to Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson wrote this without a question mark. Now, I brought that up. I watched this entire interview. I told you we got a problem there. What's going on at the Pentagon with Pete? So this opposing the war, one of the strongest, these guys got pushed out. The Mossad got rid of them. The Mossad may have planted the leaks themselves. I'm serious. Israel wants war with Iran. And we've got a team over there, and you've got Pete Hegseth, which I like Pete. You got the deep state. You got Pete Hegseth over there saying anything we have to do to back up Israel. You got Benjamin Netanyahu sitting across the table. So this guy right here, he goes to number 14. Because we're going to show you something, because I'm going to pull together. I always like when I find in a publication, not me being correct, but Dan Caldwell is a top advisor to the defense, was a top advisor to the defense chief. Pete Hegseth was escorted out of the Pentagon after being named in a Department Defense leak investigation. Caldwell didn't toe the usual line on foreign policy. He openly challenged the Washington consensus on Israel, saying the U.S. hasn't had an honest conversation on the topic in over 2 decades. He also opposed dragging America into war with Iran, famously stating that when Israel is attacked, it's Israel, not America, under fire. Tucker Carlson called Caldwell a man of genuine integrity, high intelligence, and principle, praising his deep commitment to the country and describing him as a wonderful person. What's going on? What's really going on here? You better keep an eye on it. Now, give me video 14 for, this is lengthy, so we're only going to play a little bit of it. Video 14.
With is one, it is absolutely not in our interest to get involved in another major war in the Middle East. That would be disastrous for us. It'd be disastrous for Israel as well, too. People in northern Israel who are in range of Hezbollah rockets would pay a huge price. And that's why Netanyahu and other members of the Israeli government, I don't believe, want that. The second thing is, you've heard people like Nikki Haley say that, when Israel was attacked, America was attacked. That is not true. Mm-hmm. Israel was attacked. This was not an attack on the United States. Yes, Americans were killed. There are American hostages, but this is not the same as an attack on the United States. And I point that out because when you start adopting that mentality, where an attack on every one of our partners or allies or everything bad that happens around the world, that's how you get into situations like we were in the early 2000s with Iraq and other places like that. And I'd also add to that, like Mike Pence and some other people said, we absolutely shouldn't put boots on the ground in Israel. And I'd point out a lot of Israelis don't want that. Yeah. You had some Israelis like Yoram Hazony.
I was just going to plug that. Yeah, that was
he came out, and I believe his son did too, who's serving in the Israeli army, said that would be disastrous. And just finally on this, is it's important to remember, we are limited in how we can support Israel right now. That is a hard reality that a lot of people in this town have not accepted yet. Because of how much we've given to Ukraine and how much we wore down our military after 20 years of war, we cannot support Israel indefinitely in a long fight in Gaza or in a long fight against Lebanon. That's not saying.
All right. I'd like to go on with that. There's a lot more, as they say, to unpack. Here's what I want to show you, and we'll close this up. I've got one more part of this. Give me number 15, Diane. Now, I'll try to pull it up here. Carlson, right? I just clipped the bottom of this. Not so by Carlson's telling. Read that top line. Who has unparalleled access to Trump? Unparalleled access to Trump. I have told you how long before the election, at the convention, how many, almost, I guess, a year now, maybe, that I have told you this is a top Donald Trump advisor. Tucker Carlson. All right. Now, I would think today we would probably be backing Iran, Israel with a war against Iran and not using diplomacy if this guy doesn't make a phone call and say, let's pull back on this. Because you know what? Another thing, Tucker Carlson often brags about Steve Witkoff of being a real peacemaker, a genuine good man. And who's out there? Witkoff. Who has unparalleled access to Trump? You did make maybe one career mistake by giving on the record interviews describing your foreign policy views that are out of the mainstream among warmongers in Washington, Carlson told Caldwell. Then I read all of the sudden that you are a traitor. That's what I read. Now, you can look at this. Also go to the redacted. Go to redacted. That is, what's his name over at redacted? Darn, what's his name? Carlton?
Clayton Morris.
What? Clayton Morris and his wife. Clayton Morris, okay? I like to watch Redacted. We've learned here at Redacted that former Israel Mossad agents are working overtime on social media and behind the scenes trying to discredit Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, Morris said, referring to his show. He didn't name the sources. Trump's administration is divided among the traditional Republicans like U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and National Security Advisor, Mike Waltz, and America First isolationist like White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles and Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard. Now, this goes on. We can continue this. I've got to get into the Georgia Hour. Please, folks, pay attention to this and what's going on. Forget the tariffs for a moment. I'll say that. Forget the tariffs for just a moment. Pay attention to this. Let me give you something else here. Give me number 21. Are you aware of, number 21, that India, they're meeting tensions with Pakistan? Let's see, tensions between nuclear armed rivals. This is Pakistan and India. They say within 24 hours, Pakistan said they may attack. They may attack India within 24 hours. I thought I had something on that. Maybe I don't. I may not have that. I thought I cropped out my India attack. Let me see if this one has anything to it. If not, we'll move on. No, we'll move on from that because you got to pay attention. Pakistan and India, they're both nuclear powers. In a bid to cool tensions, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio set to speak to his Indian and Pakistani counterparts. This is let's see, 26 people were killed. Where's it at? I wanted to show you this. I thought I had it. Later in an overnight statement, Pakistan's information minister said New Delhi may launch a military strike within the next 24 to 36 hours amid rising tensions over the Kashmir attack. They have threatened to use nuclear weapons. They're both nuclear powers. Pay attention what's happening in the world. Where's the CIA? Take a break.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks. Welcome to the Georgia Hour. The Georgia Hour. I am your host, BKP. The Georgia Hour on voiceofruralamerica.com. Welcome. Now, Diane, the Georgia Hour has a great ring to it. But are we going to have to change it to the Georgia 2 Hour? Or Georgia Hour times 2? Or Georgia Hour double take? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of information. All right, Diane, you keep an eye on your email, would you please? You should be receiving a video. It's not coming from me, okay? Someone in my research department. Well, you know who it is, but there should be a video coming. Could you give me just a text message or a hi sign when you receive that video? Now, give me number 28. So we're going to give you a lot of news today, and I mean serious news. We've got some political announcements that are going on. We're going to show you how they are trying to demagify Georgia, who's participating. So yesterday we did not have the Georgia Hour. I went over to the Golden Corral. You can find Diane in a minute. Tell them where all they can find yesterday's speech. I know we were working on that, but it was on Facebook yesterday, Facebook Live. And I went over there and I gave a 2-hour speech, an hour and 45 minute speech. And so we're back here today. This is the Godzilla of BS and the Peach Pits. So they're on there. Now, I don't know who pays. All right, I don't. This is John Fredericks. Now, someone made this and sent it to me. I didn't make it, all right? I didn't even know who made this, but they sent it to me. And every week there's a paid advertising. Now, it's an infomercial is what it is. It's paid advertising for a solid 38 minutes or whatever they do every Wednesday morning. John has Sally Grubhub, the Narcissist. Princess is on there from time to time. I don't know if Princess is on there. That's Caroline Jeffords. And who else is on there? Let's see. The Narcissist is on there. Sally Grubhub, Princess. Oh, I know. Debbie Dooley. So they are John Fredericks. Let me tell you how he operates. Someone pays the bill. Now, to his credit, when he does something, someone pays the bill. So I don't know who bought this advertising, and that's what it should be. John, you should put on the bottom of the screen or open up with your team of your island of misfit Georgians. You should put a disclaimer, paid advertisement, because somebody's paying for the segment. Anyhow, but you remember on there, David Cross is running for chairman of the Georgia Republican Party, and Josh is going around, and he is the head coach of the Super Bowl team, right? Head coach of the Super Bowl team. He's even been endorsed by the AJC. So, did you receive that video? If you haven't, that's okay. I just wanted to know.
Not yet.
Now, what'd you say?
Not yet.
Okay. So, just let me know when it comes through. But they continue to tell you David Cross doesn't have a plan. And 2026. And why would you want to take the coach off the field? A winning coach. When 2026 is right around the corner. So let me play transparency. Let me play this video that was put out yesterday. It's pretty good. I'm going to get accused of this being an ad. This is an ad. It's unpaid. I'm not being paid to run this ad, but go ahead and run video 11.
When you talk about inclusion and transparency, that is everything we do not have today.
Being in this party right now has been like hitting against a brick wall. don't look in on what we're doing, but when we send you a text or an email to donate, please send us money.
I'm one of those people that don't want to donate to the party because I don't believe the money's going where it needs to go. Transparency, transparency, transparency.
The transparent part, yes.
We need to have more transparency, not less.
We need a new plan to move forward.
David Cross will deliver transparent and informed growth.
He's not establishment. I really believe what he's trying to do is bring real change to the state GOP.
He has already been transparent from the beginning.
David is going to bring integrity and transparency.
I believe David is true to those principles.
So that's what we need more of as fighters that can fight for the people.
Yeah, David Cross is the man for the grassroots.
We need less politicians and more business people.
If you want integrity, transparency in the state GOP, vote for David Cross. My vote goes to David Cross for a new future. I'm pro-David.
We need to shine a light on the Georgia GOP and make accountability great again.
Hey, thank you, Viking Dude in Cherokee County. That was David Oles. David Oles was on there. He is the chair of the 11th district. When Josh goes in 11th district is they tried. They put Melanie Collier, is that her name? Collins or whatever. They tried everything they could to take the 11th district away from David Oles. And they really did. I mean, they put a lot of work into trying to steal the 11th district. And that is Cherokee County, Gordon County. Give me number 53. All right. Now keep this in mind as we're going through here. They attack me, and I'm fine with that. I mean, they attack me, no problem. They call me names. They never attack the information because it's factual. They don't attack that. You don't see that clear attack, or you don't see clarification, or you don't. In fact, if you could get them to take any story I do and that they want to come on, they can give me the opposite side to clarify. They can't do it. They can attack me. Now, Melanie Collier ran for the 11th district. Jim Tully over in the 14th tried to participate in helping steal the 11th district from the people and David Oles. Stephen Aaron up in the 9th. They tried to make their plan go together. Now, Josh goes around and he says 11 out of 14 or 10 out of 14 or something. District chairs support him. They wanted her to win the 11th because she's campaigning hard for Josh McCoon. But David Oles maintained. They wanted Zappendorf to win in the 7th. I'm telling you right now. So that being said, somebody said to me, David Cross, I don't know. He scares me. Why? David Cross is a respectable businessman. He's reasonable. And he wants to win in 2026. Now, that being said, did you receive that video?
No, let me check my spam.
Okay. I told them they usually send the videos to me, and I said send it directly to you. So and they said they had your email. They've sent you stuff in the past. So I don't know. If we don't get it, we don't get it. Now, 2026. All right. Make sure it's not here. 2026. Last night is a highlight of what happens if you put these two together. Now, in the last 3 months, the last 90 days, 60 days, whatever it's been, there was an opportunity to focus 100% on everything is about political next step. Political next step. And you know, give me number 65. You know, and I know, very sad story. Very sad story is Cobb County. Very sad. We know Cobb County, most people in the United States, especially in Republican circles, right? If you went to California, if you're in the Republican Party and you've paid a life, you remember Orange County, California, right? I mean, as a Republican, I know Orange County, California. And for years, Republican circles, the linchpin, the ruby red Newt Gingrich, Cobb County, right? You could trust Cobb County was red. Well, we don't have time to go into what happened that turned Cobb blue. We don't have time to talk about what happened that turned Gwinnett blue. But Cobb County will focus there. One time ruby red. Now, Donald Trump on the ballot, even metro counties in Georgia had an increase in Republican vote. Only one county failed to do that in metro Atlanta, Cobb County. Now, stay with me on this. Cobb County failed, right? And it's really sad. So Cobb County had 2. Cobb County stays blue. That is a very sad headline to have to read today. Cobb County stays blue as Democrats maintain county commission majority. Okay? It stays blue. And we're going to get to that in a minute. So we had 2 Republicans in an election in Cobb County. Give me District 2, 96. So here's 96, and we're going to break this down for you. Here's 96. And I don't know how long the campaign's been going. Let's say 60 days. I don't know. Cobb County Commission District 2. Eric Allen, 59%. Alicia Adams, 41%. All right? Okay. Now, they will probably come back and tell you these are districts we could not win, and at least we mounted a challenge. I can hear them now of what they're going to attempt. So Alicia Adams, 41, Eric Allen, 59. Number 97. Cobb County Commission, District 4. Um, 64% to Sheffield, right? And Matthew Hardwick, 36%. 36%. Now hold on a minute. I'm gonna do something here. And that is last night in Cobb County, right? And yesterday, was it yesterday? I know here, let me show, I'm going to show you something here. I know it was, I could have sworn it was yesterday. There's the Peach Crew. Where's it at? Can you do me a favor, Diane, and crop this? I don't want all the extra on it. Don't get mad at me. I'm sorry. But can you crop this? I don't want the top and the bottom and the date and the time. I just sent you this. If you could crop that, I'd appreciate it. So I follow this every day, and I do want the top of it where it says Debbie Dooley retweeted it. And when she retweeted it, I'd like that when you get a chance. So here's the two races in Cobb County. Now, what you're going to be told, let's go back to the AJC for a minute. So give me number 65. Cobb County stays blue as Democrats maintain county commission majority. All right. Give me 66. Cobb County isn't a bellwether. That is failure. The Cobb's not even a bellwether anymore. That is failure. Sorry, I don't like failure. Cobb County isn't a failure, but its shift from suburban GOP bastion to Democrat stronghold over the past decade have helped reshape Georgia's political landscape, and Tuesday's special election gave Democrats plenty of reason to cheer. Now, I'm not highlighting and giving accolades to the AJC, but, it seems like it was just yesterday or day before yesterday that the AJC endorsed Josh. Why would the AJC endorse Josh 2 days ago for chair of the Georgia Republican Party and then cheer that Cobb County's 2 elections went blue and give Democrats something to cheer for? Let me tell you what they did 2 days ago when they put Josh McCoon's picture up there and highlighted Josh McCoon and called David Cross a conspiracy theorist. What they did 2 days ago is gave Democrats something to cheer about for 2026. Well, I'm on there and Josh has got another big endorsement. Not from the grassroots. So, it's a tricky read too deeply into the low turnout election, like the vote for 2 county commissioner seats last night, but Republican leaders entered the evening so confident they'd flip one that several sent quotes, a victory out. Instead, Democrats swept both seats, maintaining control of the 5-member commission there in Cobb County. Sheffield fended off a strong GOP challenger. The results deprived Republicans of a beachhead in the suburb that once dominated Cobb's home, was the home base for a long list of big-time GOP figures, including Newt Gingrich and Johnny Isakson. Now, I'll just say this. Total accolades to these Democrats, and want to make sure they've got something to cheer for in Cobb County. I'm going somewhere with this. Pay attention. They've got something to cheer for in Cobb County. And this used to be the home right there, that area of big time Newt Gingrich and Johnny Isakson. But Cobb shifted in 2016 when presidential contender Hillary Clinton became the first Democrat to win the county in decades. So let's see here. Since then, Republicans have struggled to make new inroads. Party leaders saw Tuesday as a potential turning point, yet Democrats were correctly predicting a watershed moment of their own ahead of the 2026 midterms. You see, they talk about the 2026 midterms. And they know. Now, AJC, I'm not giving them accolades. Well, BKP, I think you're drawing a conclusion. BKP, I think there's a little stretch here. I think you're on a stretch. No, not at all. Well, this is the AJC. Well, wait a minute. Wasn't it the AJC just 2 days ago that did this right here? 63? Wasn't that the AJC? Right? You see, they are zeroed in on 2026. I told you yesterday, if you were at the Golden Corral in Gainesville, I asked the question, would Republicans throw an election? Would they? Now look at all these endorsements. GOP chair. Well, isn't that was great, right? AJC. Now someone will say, well, you keep saying they endorse Josh. Well, let's see. I don't remember ever being highlighted in the AJC in a positive way. Never. I've always been North Georgia election denier, attack, never in a positive way. Georgia GOP Chairman Josh McCoon dominates a straw poll at the district meeting. Did they write the article? Josh McCoon loses his candidate for chair in the 11th district, loses election. David Oles retains the chairmanship of Cobb Gordon, half of Cherokee and Pickens County, and does not endorse Josh McCoon? Right? No, they don't do that. They highlight Josh McCoon in a positive way. And then Josh McCoon comes out. I'm going somewhere with this. We'll go back to Cobb in a minute. Then Josh McCoon comes out, and what's Josh do? Let's see, where's it at? Right? I'm going to want 46 momentarily. 46. Where the hell's that at? I know I have it. There it is, number 30. But Josh was so proud of this endorsement by the AJC and them writing, well, BKP, I read the article and it does not say endorsed. Wake up. The latest on my campaign to be reelected chairman today, AJC, humbled by the show of confidence. Josh was so proud of the AJC, just so proud of it, right? I mean, he was proud of it. Put it right out there. Okay. And then the AJC did this. What number did I tell you I wanted in a minute? Do you have that one? You know, what number did I say I wanted? I forget. I gave you a number. I said I want that one in a minute. McCoon has picked up a string of endorsements. Oh, we backed that McCoon. Cross is one of the several new state GOP officers. You see, when they say new, you got to read right into what they're saying. New GOP. See, we can't let that happen again. Got to get those people out of here. BKP being one of them. With a history of attacking the establishment and promoting conspiracy theories that focus on unsubstantiated claims of widespread election fraud. That'd be David Cross. We're still waiting on Josh McCoon to actually say, yes, it was rigged and stolen, instead of the long story he gives. Now, so all of that being said, the AJC bragging on him, go to 66, and then we're going to bring it into what it all means, right? What it all means. 66. Here you go. Right? Once Cobb County was a stronghold for Newt Gingrich and Johnny Isakson. Cobb shifted in 2016. 2016, I get that, okay. Shifted in 2016. Republicans have struggled to make inroads there. And Tuesday, They thought it was a potential turning point, but Democrats were correctly predicting a watershed moment, their own, ahead of the 2026. Now, let's go somewhere for a minute. I want two more, and then we're going to get away from the election. Give me 96 and 97. 96, right? Alicia Adams, 97. Matthew Hardwick. Now, take that down. Now, here's what they're going to tell you. They're going to tell you this. They're going to say, BKP, we didn't stand a chance there. Well, we had candidates, and, that's what we're supposed to do as a party. Right? But did they do everything they could in Cobb County? Because I'm telling you, you're witnessing the failure, the complete failure of the Georgia GOP on review right in front of you for 2026. So here you go. We will start with, sadly, the failure, 44. Now, here's number 44, and this is Josh McCoon, right? And Sally Grubhub. And Josh is the chairman of the Georgia GOP, Inc., and the campaign is over. I mean, the 2024. Josh really, I don't know how many other races, but he could have been focusing right in on Cobb County. Could have been focusing on Cobb County. He could have been asking you and the Georgia GOP, Inc. to get out and help in Cobb County. Right? He could have told Turning Point to bring in the Army at Cobb County. I don't know. I'm not knocking anybody. But the failure of the backward move in Cobb County belonged to these two and belonged to Sally Grubhub. Now, Sally Grubhub, his running mate, Sally running for first vice chair, that's Josh's running mate. And I don't know why Josh McCoon wants this running mate, Sally Grubbs, to help secure elections in 2026 when she could not focus on Cobb County, went backwards in Cobb County, and just failed miserably in 2 elections. So let me give you this one here. I don't know if I have it here. I don't know if I brought it in or not. Give me this one. Now, I wonder if at this event, 60, number 60, this is the new chair of Cobb County, right? This is Mary Beth. Is her name Mary Beth or Mary Clarice Hathaway? Mary Clarice Hathaway, right? Now, I wonder if at this fundraiser, this is the new chair of Cobb County GOP. I wonder if she is asking Josh McCoon, can you help me with this election? I wonder if she's saying, I'm troubled by this election. How do I go about working this election? Or is she saying, how do I cover up that I really shouldn't be chair of Cobb County? Is she saying, hey, Josh, I might have a problem being chair of Cobb County? What was happening here? Now, now you have right here, the Crimson Grifter, number 34. You got to love the Crimson Grifter, right? Now, Debbie Dooley well, I'm for sure she got out. She worked as hard as she could. She put out emails. She did everything she could because Number 32. Now, last Friday night, the election was last night, Tuesday, today, Wednesday. So this is last Friday night. Debbie Dooley is over there with Jason Thompson last Friday night. And is she saying, hey, Jason, we've got to win elections in Cobb County or we have to really make a great showing there. Our Democrats are going to run with this and it's going to hurt us in 2026. Or number 33, do you think Debbie and Josh Friday night and Sally Grubhub, do you think Josh, Sally, and Debbie were meeting Friday night to discuss strategy for Tuesday's election? Do you think so? I don't know. Give me that graphic there. Now, I think this was 2 days ago, right? Today. This is the election. Yesterday. Sorry. This is yesterday. Okay. Now, if you go through the Georgia GOP Inc., I'm not telling you won't find any tweets or social media concerning this election in Cobb. But yesterday, we need you to vote today for Alicia in Cobb County District 2 and Hardwick and District 4. We take control of Cobb County Commission tonight if you turn out and vote. Find your polling place here. Okay. Now, Debbie Dooley retweeted that yesterday. I mean, she went in and she put the effort to hit retweet. Right? This is how long that's took. Boom, retweet. All right. Now, did you get that video?
No.
What the hell? Wait a minute. Let me see. I got a message here. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they couldn't get it to you or something. It says she has it. 22 minutes ago says she has it. I mean, it might be stuck somewhere. Maybe you didn't get it. So I'm not upset with you. Don't take that wrong. So I really wanted that video. So, and I know, trust me, I know it maybe it didn't send. So I don't want you, I'm not barking at you. I promise that. All right. So here's the point. What did Debbie and Sally
I got it on my text message. Let me switch it over to the computer. Hold on.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry he did. I'm sorry that was sent to you that way. I'm sorry, Diane. I wasn't barking at you. Come on, people. I wasn't barking at her. I just get a little loud. I told her it was an email. I didn't realize it would be a text message. Okay. So anyhow, just let me know when that's ready. So in the last month with Cobb County, Sally Grubhub, Josh, Mary Beth, Debbie Dooley, they did what? They spent an entire month. Sally Grubb, right? Debbie Dooley, they spent an entire month. They spent all the time. Debbie could have worked and put out productive emails. Debbie could have done research on the two Democrat opponents. They could have done everything and poured everything, the Georgia GOP, Debbie Dooley, right? Sally Grubbs, all of them into these races in Cobb County. But instead, they were determined that Sophia Farouk would not be the chair of Cobb County GOP. Determined. Okay?
Okay, I got it.
They go now. I'll let you know when I'm ready for it now. They were determined. They sent out email after email, hate, attack, everything. Determined Sophia Farouk could not be chairman of Cobb County GOP. Okay. Listen to, remember last week, this is what Sally went on the Godzilla bullshit show and said, give me the video.
I sent an email to David Cross. I've had conversations. The way that our state party rules are constructed, the chair, basically the first and the second vice chair, will serve at not the pleasure of, but at the direction of what the chair wants to do. And so anyway, I sent Cross an email and said, what is your vision? And I have still yet to get a response. Josh and I have discussed things that, the initiatives and that kind of thing, but there is a total lack of a plan.
Can you believe this person here, number 44, has the nerve to go anywhere and say there's a total lack of a plan? Can you believe that? Last night, once again, what are they trying to save at the castle? What? What are they hiding over at the castle? They're not concerned on the wins in 2026. They're concerned in preserving their political stature, their next step in politics, the next level, and protecting the castle. All the king's court at the castle. Why? Why didn't Sally have a plan? David doesn't have a plan. What do you mean doesn't have? I've talked to Josh about a plan. Josh McCoon has no plan in 2026. The reason they keep telling you David doesn't have a plan is because they don't. They don't have a plan. Now, let me just say this, okay? Debbie, 49. Debbie is a terrible person, right? We know Josh asked this young man, right, Jaquan. Now, Debbie, I don't know if she was paid. I don't know. But I don't know if she got gas money. I don't know if she turned in receipts. I don't know. But she was up in the 9th district, and she was up in the 9th district at the banquet Friday night. And her assignment, if you're watching very close, looked to be getting close to Jaquan, right? Debbie made sure she sat at Jaquan Stembridge's seat Friday night. Made sure she said, they're racist. That's just me saying it. These damn people are racist as hell, okay? I had to pause. I may say something. Okay, I don't regret what I say, but need to be a little careful. That's my opinion very strongly. I've watched how they act. So she goes immediately and sits at Jaquan's table. That's a nice young man. He's 18 years old. And then she goes and grabs him for a picture, and he's a polite young man. He takes the picture. She had it tweeted out a minute after they took the picture. She had it tweeted out on Friday night, and she was talking about what a nice young man. So let me ask you a question. Do you think right here, all right, give me number 61. Here's Sally and Debbie, right? They're at a Cobb County. This is where they're over celebrating. Cobb County is the picture this morning of the disaster we're walking into in 2026 if Josh McCoon is chairman of the Georgia GOP, Inc., and Sally Grubhub is first vice chair or vice president. Now, I said this yesterday. I said it yesterday, and I'm going to be very clear. It's a rumor. It's a rumor. Very clear. I don't like to bring rumors, but it is politics. It's going around, and I don't know. They may have a leak. Right? That Josh wants to run for Secretary of State. Now, you're going to ask me, why do you think all of these people are endorsing Josh? Why do you think all of these different people are showing support for Josh McCoon? What makes it such a big deal? MTG doesn't need Josh McCoon to win the 14th district, right? Mike Collins doesn't need Josh McCoon to run for Senate or even win the 10th district. This is not a negative. These are not attacks. You sit down like, why all these endorsements? Are these endorsements of Josh McCoon for GOP chair? Or are these eventual endorsements for Secretary of State? I don't know. Now, a lot of people are talking that if Josh gets elected on June 7th in Dalton, that Sally Grubhub's going to be the chair. Josh is going to resign, elevate, because you got to remember, at the Kangaroo Court, Alex Kaufman stood before the state committee and kept saying, with me sitting there, we're a heartbeat away from that guy being chair. Remember today when you cast your vote, we're a heartbeat away. Josh could get run over by a car and he would be chair. Just saying, keep that in mind. So here's Sally Grubhub and Debbie Dooley at the Cobb County Convention where they're celebrating, right? Mary Clarice Hathaway, that nobody knows, maybe is not legally able or according to the rules able to be the chair. You know that's going on right now. But these two are celebrating that they saved Cobb County from Sophia Farouk. Okay, they're patting each other on the back. Now, the other night, they're up there in the 9th district, and they're right here, number 33. These people, I'll tell you, they're bad. Now, number 33, here they are. Here's Sally, her friend Debbie, and Josh. I wonder if it's like, Debbie's like, okay, I'm going to go back. I'm sitting with Jaquan. I'll get some pictures. I'll start talking about what a great guy he is. Because somebody has to take the heat off Josh. Yes. A very, what I call, racist move. Because remember, don't forget, Jaquan, number 49, Debbie Dooley is yet to condemn Josh for calling this young man and asking him to get out of the way. 49, and then I want 62, right? Debbie Dooley has yet to put out an email condemning Josh for asking Jaquan and basically, well, not telling the truth about it, to get out of the race for none other than number 62. That would be Princess. And Princess is over there with John Fredericks this morning with the rest of them, right? Get out of the way. Well, how you do that? How you do that? Do you do it like that? How you do that? Right? No. These people are corrupt that you cannot beat the level of corruption from these people. Now, keep in mind, 96, 97, we lost 2 elections last night. Sally Grubb could have spent all of her time working to try to win those elections. Josh McCoon could have spent his time working to win those elections. Here's my fear. And yes, I support David Cross. I do. We know that. We know that. And I know why Josh McCoon is getting all these endorsements. Number 65. Cobb County. This is a headline that makes me nervous. I felt we would lose these elections last night. But what makes me nervous about this headline is everything that circled Cobb County with Josh McCoon, Debbie Dooley, Sally Grubbs, everything that's happened there. Sally turning out the worst and going backwards in elections, now wanting to be your first vice chair around the state. Okay, she wasn't successful there, so she wants to take a failed chairmanship to first vice chair of the entire party. Josh only went around the state. You know, he talks about all the money he raised. All he did was go around the state and do his cheerleading like he was supposed to and stay out of the way. We lost House seat 128 by 50 votes. We have 5 state House seats. 5 state House seats that are a tick away from losing those. All right? I'm telling you right now, I don't want to read the AJC that we lost the governor's mansion. I don't want to read the AJC the morning that says John Ossoff wins. I don't want to read the AJC that endorsed Josh McCoon. I don't want to read the AJC that morning and say, you know, Georgia has turned blue. Georgia has given up its first constitutional office in this many years. I don't want to do that. I want to tell you something, and I know how mind manipulation, how to set a narrative, and how to sell something. And I say that in all due respect. I know how it works. I've studied it for years. The reason Sally Grubbs continues over and over, the reason Josh McCoon says over and over, and everyone, John Frederick says over and over, David Cross does not have a plan. The reason they do that is because they don't have a plan. They don't. They cannot handle a statewide. You got to realize all they really handled, and they didn't handle that, they just went out and did cheerleading, was Donald Trump in the presidential race. Josh McCoon cannot handle climbing the mountain and winning against Ossoff, winning the governor's mansion, winning all the constitutional offices, helping win every county commission seat we can win, trying to help win every state rep office we can win, every state senate office we could win, every sheriff's election we could win, every board of education election we can win. When Josh says we've got to retain the governor's mansion and beat Ossoff, he doesn't have a plan. I look you in the eye, he doesn't have a plan. David Cross has a plan. And you know what David Cross's plan is? And I have to say it this way. First and foremost, he will, and I know it for a fact, he will build on the success of others. Meaning he will not look to be the hero that Josh always wants to be. He won't. He won't look to be the hero like Josh always wants to be, number 30. David's not running to be the hero. It's not happening. It's not happening. I asked him yesterday. He happened to be over at the Golden Corral. I didn't know he was going to be there. And I put him on the spot. It's on the video. And I looked at him on video. I do it on video. And I turned and I said, I have a question for you. When you're elected chairman of the Georgia GOP, will you immediately invite Lori McClain into the office and turn over the books and say, have at it, start going through everything? And he didn't flinch. I'm going to tell you the truth. David's my friend, but I was watching for the flinch. I study that stuff. I do. I was watching for the flinch. I was watching for the pause. I was watching to see how long it would take. I was waiting for what kind of answer. And I got absolutely. No flinch, no pause, no trying to figure out what did he really mean. He said absolutely. Absolutely. Not like him. This man has put up a candidate to run against Lori McClain for treasurer, where David Cross is running to put Lori McClain in the office, not work there, put her in the office to go through everything, to be transparent, so you will have the confidence of what happens to the money at the Georgia GOP Inc., and you will be inclined to donate. Not him. No, not him. He has put a candidate in place to take Lori out. He has. He has put his own candidate in place that is failure, Sally Grubbs, to be his vice president. He has picked Betsy Kramer as his counterpart. All right? Absolutely. He's picked Susie Voiles. She's stuck on the Mayflower out there in the Atlantic. And he's picked Caroline Jeffers. He has not got a plan. It's total control. What are they hiding? Give me the 9-page NDA because we got to get out. Now, these people, John Fredericks and Marcy and Debbie and Sally and all the grifters of the world, right, that are out there in Georgia, every single one of them, all right, everyone, they're not wrong, they're not calling it out. Because I'm not just on here saying it, it's fact. A 9-page NDA to get the delegates. When Brant Frost probably has a copy of the delegates, he probably has. He's gotten them in the past. Maybe when Josh says, well, we had to tighten it up because it was being misused, the delegate list. Maybe it was Brant Frost, a.k.a. the albino rhino. Maybe it was one of the Frosted Flakes down there in Coweta County, right? Team Frost. Mama Frost, Papa Frost, all the little Frosties in the minivan, right? Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. 9-page NDA to keep the delegates. The swamp, they dug a moat around the friggin' GOP. They got alligators in that friggin' thing. Where is that? Number 40. What are they hiding? What don't they want you to see? Something. Just saying. So let's see if there's anything else here, because I probably got a little sidetracked. Let's not forget, always show our favorite picture, number 35. It's one of our fan faves. Don't forget it. We'll get into that tomorrow. Let's see. We'll get into that tomorrow. I'm going to want 43 when we're ready. Okay. Let's end with this because it really bugs me. Number 53. I'm not done, but take that down. I want the number 43 when we close. That will be the final. Don't forget, Josh McCoon. Well, he'll say, I didn't do that. He just makes stuff up. Well, maybe Josh McCoon through Denise Burns, right? Through Sally Grubbs, through somebody, got Melanie Collier to run against David Oles in the 11th, Jim Tully over in the 14th, right? Sorry about that. Jim Tully over in the 14th campaigned really hard for Melanie in the 11th, trying to steal it from David Oles in the 11th, because David Oles has not endorsed Josh McCoon. AJC missed that story, right? Now, give me the... I want to do so much more on this. I'm not even close to being finished today, but we can roll it out tomorrow. Don't forget number 28. I just have to show that one. And where is... I know I had one here a minute ago I wanted to show you. I'm going to do that because there's some new developments that validate what I said yesterday. Give me 37. Now, I did this yesterday, and I'm going to do it again today. And just to say, now, these are our candidates. And I want to say this, all right? Yes, I support David Cross. David Cross is a good man. Josh McCoon is a bad man. As Donald Trump would say, he's a very bad man, all right? Josh McCoon is a setup for us to lose in 2026 and go further backwards like his vice presidential candidate, Sally Grubbs, first vice chair. So, yes, I do support David Cross, and I'll take any attacks Debbie wants to send my way. First vice chair, Alice Olenek is a nice person. I want to be very clear. She's a good person. She's a nice person. I've had conversations with her. She would not make a bad first vice chair for the Georgia GOP. Okay? But I support Lisa Pierce. I support Lisa Pierce. She had the guts and courage to take on the GOP, to take on the battle, to get on the ballot to begin with. And she now has the guts and courage to try to fight them over this NDA. So I do. I support Lisa Pierce. All right? Go ahead and attack me all you want, Debbie, for my support. Flat out. And she's a mole. Sorry about that. I keep freezing up. I know why. But Sally is a mole. If you call Sally and you talk about something, odds are it could be within an hour to 5 or 6 other people. All right. So Sally will pretend she likes you. She'll pretend she's helping you. She'll pretend everything in the world and then turn around, take everything you told her and call Josh. Won't you, Sally? Don't you, Sally? Right. Second vice chair, Brad Barnes is a nice man, but he's a Josh McCoon plant. Okay. He's a nice man. He's a nice young man. I like Brad Barnes. I really do. I like him. I've got nothing against him. I'm not attacking him, but he is in the Josh McCoon camp. And he is in there to try to pull all the vote he can away from Noreen Cantor. All right. Zappendorf, I'm not for sure why she's in there for second vice chair. But Betsy Kramer is Josh McCoon's slate. And Betsy Kramer looks down her nose at anyone. Her and her husband, Steve Kramer, I have to tell you right now, as second vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party, she only lives in her circle. Let's see, Steve Kramer, I have a screenshot, told somebody to go back and crawl back under the trailer park where they're from. That's the way they look at people. Betsy Kramer and Steve Kramer, they're hoity-toity. They're fancy people, okay? They're whatever. But that's Josh's slate. So I support Noreen Cantor. Noreen Cantor, somebody asked me the other day, why do you support Noreen Cantor? And I didn't have to think about it. It was real simple. Noreen's a good person. Well, wait a minute. No, you got to start there. Josh is not a good person. Sally's not a good person. Betsy Kramer's not a good person. They're not good people. So you got to start there. Well, wait a minute. Noreen Cantor. Yes, you start there. Noreen's a good person. Her family are good people. She's a patriot. She got a flag hanging outside of the house. She will work and do what she has to do. I will tell you now, when David Cross is elected chairman of the Georgia Republican Party and Noreen Cantor is elected second vice chair of the party, David will be able to count on Noreen to help win 2026. There you go. Treasurer. 100%. I'm 100% behind Lori McClain. Now, I hope I didn't just hurt you, Lori, but I'm 100% behind Lori McClain. Now, this is my opinion and my opinion only, and I'm holding it for me. I think, with a question mark, if we got into the Georgia GOP Inc., opened the books, went through everything, there could be several people go to prison. Just saying, several. That's what I think. I really think it's out there. Because they're trying to hide something, folks. They got a moat around the Capitol. Well, wait a minute. That's the Capitol. They could be, they got a moat around the GOP. They're hiding something. Don't want you in there. They're doing everything in the world from stopping the people, not just David Cross, the people, the delegates, the Republicans, the real grassroots in Georgia from looking inside. Actions speak louder than words. They are shutting that down. This Jeff guy, I don't know him, but Josh recruited Jeff. Wait a minute, let me hear Josh. Oh, you didn't do it, Josh? Oh, but you called somebody and you called somebody. And then cue ball, Travis Bowden, your close friend, called somebody. And after all those calls were made, Jeff decided to run. Okay, we get it. We understand how the dark world of politics works. That is an opponent of Lori McClain because Josh does not want Lori to be the true treasurer, transparent, and look inside. Simple as that. Assistant treasurer, I have no problem with Jenny Ekman being in there. She's a full-throated Josh McCoon supporter, but that's okay. She's running unopposed. Secretary, not Susie Voiles. Susie sounds nice. Susie acts nice. Susie has a pleasant turn about her, but she is totally sold out. Cynthia or Cindy. Disaster we've gone through thus far with Princess. So we need a secretary, and I support Cindy Nixon. Now, here's the last one, and I said this yesterday with Jay Quan in the room. Now, obviously, Caroline Jeffords has to go. That would be Princess, a.k.a. Princess, Miss Tierra, okay? Miss Tierra has to go, all right? She has been a total disaster, and she will not. Now, look, Miss Tierra, let me talk to you direct. If you love, support, and care about the party, if you love, support, and care about the country, if you love, support, and care about Georgia, you will continue to send your money to the Georgia GOP and help us any way you can. By losing and taking all your money and going home with it, all right, and sitting in the living room eating that slice of wedding cake that you put away a while ago, right, because you're upset. that wouldn't be the right thing to do. But Josh says we need Caroline, so she will, well, that would be Princess, give the money back to the party. You can't make this up. Now, Kylie Kramer is running for assistant secretary and Jaquan Stembridge. I'm going to tell you this. I really love and I've gotten to know and I really care about this young man, Jaquan Stembridge. And he could do the job and he could do a good job. And I think he will do a good job if elected. Now, Kylie Kramer, on the other hand, Kylie has a lot of contacts, right? She can put a lot of pressure on people when needed. She's not a pushover. Could be a strong person in the party. So there's her benefit here and his benefit here. So I got to leave that one up to you. Two good people. I'm going to leave it up to you 100%. If you decide you're voting for Jaquan, can't go wrong. If you decide you're voting for Kylie Kramer, party can be okay. So I'm going to leave that one alone as long as we get rid of Caroline Jeffers. Now, the concern that I'm having on the phone, I'm getting phone calls saying, well, what if Kylie and Jaquan split the vote and it puts Princess in? Genuine concern. All right, I've gone 10 minutes over. Let's see. Tomorrow, demagnified Georgia. We'll go into that. We've got, I'll call it proof. I will call it proof. Why am I doing what I'm doing today? Give me number 39. Because President Donald J. Trump told me to. Pretty simple. Do you do everything the president tells you to do? Well, I'll tell you what, I do more of what the president tells me to do than Josh, than Kemp, than anyone in the state. Not anyone. That wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be fair. But you know who I'm talking about. The world will not be destroyed by those who do evil, but rather by those who watch them without doing anything to stop them. That's right. Now, I need to ask you, I got to give you a mission here. Josh and the team, Alex Kaufman and the team, they're all trying to cover up the delegate. So let's be careful because Josh will be like, you see what we're talking about? So the candidates need that delegate list. And here's what they got to have.
Hey,
if we can't get the delegate.
Before you go on, restart your mission because you froze up. So I don't want to lose any of this.
All right. Okay. So we have a mission out there. Diane, do you have that, what's going to happen this weekend in LJ Support Trump? Do you have a graphic on that we can close with? After the one, I want to do that one and then 43. If you don't have that, that's okay. What the hell? She's got it. All right. Put that up as look, we have a mission. The candidate. Everything they can to rig this election, everything they can to manipulate the outcome. I'm not froze right now.
I know, but you froze again. So third time's a charm.
Okay, so list. We can't get the delegate list. The candidates can't. If you're a delegate in any county out there and you know other delegates, you know them, please help and call them. You have to make it to Dalton to vote. It's a must. Trump first 100-day celebration. Bring your flags and signs downtown LJ Square. Celebrate Trump's 100 days at noon. Noon at the square. May 30th at noon, 2025. You got that?
May
Now
3rd.
we have it
That's
all over
this,
social.
That's this Saturday.
What did I say?
30th.
I did not, Diane. I tell you what.
Trump first 100-day celebration, May 3rd,
May 3rd.
Saturday at noon. Bring your flags and signs. Unfortunately, we can't have any sticks because they could be used as weapons. We're hearing the Democrats are planning a counter-protest in numbers of 50 or above. So we need everybody to show up, if you can, to downtown LJ in front of the courthouse.
Did I backtrack? I don't backtrack, so I got to figure out what happened. If I did, let's talk today. I got something saying I backtracked. I don't think I did, but if I did, I'll clear it up. I'm serious. If you think I backtracked, I don't think I backtracked. But if I did, I want to be clear. Hey, Diane, you know what? I went over there yesterday and someone said, you better do a good job today. And I said, what do you mean? They said, well, you don't have Diane here to keep you straight.
I'm sure there's somebody. There was somebody out in the audience that was correcting you.
Oh, no, actually there was. Yes, there was. That's funny. Okay. So, folks, I think that's all I have for today. I should. Don't forget, we are the network that asked the question. What time's little X's bedtime? What time's little X got to go to bed? That's us. All right, folks. I will see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. I know Richie Stoned watched the show. Richie Stoned, I got a little something for you tomorrow too.
Hey,
I'll see you in the morning.
So he reached or came up to me, and when Jaquan's video was playing at the convention, I said, now this is a bunch of bull, because they could have fixed his audio because we were having a hard time hearing him in the very back. I was like, they could have fixed his audio. And Richie comes over to me and he says, what, you think it's a conspiracy theory? I just looked at him and I was, whatever, Richie.
Are you talking about Richie Stoned?
Yep, I am. And he's in audio and video. He could have fixed that video.
Give me number 52. Are you talking about this guy? Diane brought it up. I have to go, but we're going to cover it, okay? We're going to cover it. So Jaquan he's just an amazing young man. He really is. I mean, I have to tell you, when he speaks, man, it's really good and really powerful. It is. You sit there and you're like, he's 18? No. Okay. So that's Cooper Whitmire, the resolutions chairman there, and the Josh McCoon Big Bud. And there's Richie Stoned. And Richie, the 9th district, he actually works for the Georgia GOP, right? Both of these guys are paid. Cooper has a day job, and so does Richie Stoned. But you're right.
Richie's even was on the nominations committee, and Richie is in audio and video. He knows how he could have turned up that volume for Jaquan's video. It would have been a simple adjustment to be able to play that video so that everybody can hear. Just saying.
Wait a minute. You're talking like you do this every day and you get videos all the time with different volume levels in the recordings that you have to adjust. Yep. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. And Richie claims that he's an audio and video, and he does all these music videos and whatnot. So if that's the case, he's got the equipment to be able to adjust the volume on a video, before it's uploaded to be able to broadcast to people to hear. Just saying.
Okay, so at our convention in the 9th District, candidates submitted videos, okay? And Jaquan Stembridge, running for Assistant Secretary, submitted a video. When his video came up on the big screen for Saturday at the convention, the volume was so low, I was only 4 rows back. You had to give one of these to hear it. Gilmer was in the back of the room, right, Diane? You were in the back of the room. They could not hear Jaquan.
Very back row.
They were yelling. They were yelling in the back of the room, turn Jaquan up, turn it up. And we were being told, like, they were standing on the stage like, can't help it. So there you go. So Diane closes the show with her volume was down, conspiracy theory in the 9th Congressional District Convention from Richie Stoned on Jaquan's video. I will see you tomorrow.